Hello everyone, it's Ms Redmond here, and this is the first lesson in the Organisation of Body Systems topic. This one is called How Are Our Bodies Organised? And there's a learning journey down here. If you haven't got one already, please go and get yourself a pen and a piece of paper so that you can do notes as we go through and any little tasks that I give you. There's one on this slide. Put the following things into order, and you've got year group, student, form and school, and then why did you choose this order? So write down your idea on your paper and then I'll give you an answer. So hopefully you chose student, form, year group and school, because that's going from the simplest level of one student to the most complex of the whole school. So we've got a matching up activity here. We've got levels of organisation down the left and we've got descriptions on the right. So pause the video now and have a go at matching those two things up together, and then I'll give you some answers. So chemicals are the atoms and molecules that make up all matter. Cells are the smallest units of living things. Tissues are groups of similar cells working together. Organs are groups of tissues working together to perform a function. An organ system is a group of organs working together to perform a bodily function, and an organism is a living thing. So seeing those in the correct order then, from simplest or smallest to largest and most complex, we've got chemicals, which is the atoms and molecules that make up matter, and then cells are the smallest units of living things, tissues are groups of cells, organs are groups of tissues, organ systems are groups of organs working together, and an organism is a whole living thing. And the pictures that you can see are parts of the digestive system. So we've got muscle cells, and then this is actually a picture of some muscle tissue in the intestine. And this is actually two organs, the large intestine and the small intestine. And we've got the whole digestive system, and then we've got the organism, which is of course a human. Here are some other examples of organ systems. So you don't need to know the names of all of these, but just for interest, there's the different organ systems of the human body, and other animals are also made up of cells, tissues, organs and organ systems. So this is an example of the cardiovascular system of the zebra. Plants are a bit of an exception to this rule, because plants are organised mainly into tissues and organs with few organ systems. So here's an example of a plant. This is the tomato plant. So this is actually grouped the plant into two main parts, which is the root system and the shoot system. So we'll obviously have roots that are made up of root cells, and then all of these, I guess a root you could argue is an organ, and then the roots working together will be an organ system. And then similar, you've got the shoot system above the ground. So one of the exceptions to this rule is the flower. So on the tomato plant, these are the flowers, these little yellow sort of star-shaped ones. This is another example of a flower. This is a lotus. So you've got the petals around the outside, and then you've got the anthers, and you've got the female part of the flower on the inside. So this is the reproductive organ system of the plant. So here's your summary. Cells are the smallest unit of a living thing. A tissue is a group of similar cells working together to perform a function. An organ is a group of different tissues working together to perform a function. An organ system is a group of organs working together to perform a function. A multicellular organism is an organism made up of many cells organized in a hierarchy from cells to organ systems. Plants generally have cells, tissues and organs, but not organ systems. One exception to this is the flower. Thank you very much for listening, and I will speak to you next time.